Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're going to be looking at alternative investments, and we've got a really interesting question in front of us. Is it better to flip traditional real estate or build a YouTube channel?
Yeah, that's a question we're seeing more and more, especially with how much buzz there is around the creator economy and digital assets these days.
Yeah, it does seem like everybody wants to be a real estate mogul or a YouTube star, but those seem like such different paths.
Oh, they are, but that's part of what makes this comparison so interesting. They both involve building something valuable, but the tools and timelines and even what it means to own something are completely different.
All right, so let's break this down. You sent over a bunch of research articles and reports comparing these two, and I've got to say, I'm already seeing some surprises.
Oh yeah, there are definitely some things in there that'll make you think.
Let's start with something that everyone thinks about with real estate, the upfront costs. It's no secret that flipping houses takes a lot of money, right?
Yeah, you're going to have significant costs right from the beginning. Down payments, closing costs, inspections, and then you got renovations too. We could be talking tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars just to get started.
Okay, so let's say you find a place that needs some work, a classic fixer-upper. The research I saw said that renovations could easily be $20,000 to $100,000 depending on what you need to do, and that's before you've made any profit.
Right. And that's just the upfront costs. You also have ongoing expenses like property taxes, insurance, and times when the property is vacant, so you're not making any money.
Okay, now let's switch gears and think about starting a YouTube channel. I feel like we're already talking about a totally different scale of investment.
Absolutely. The research suggests you could get a basic YouTube setup going for a small part of what real estate costs, maybe a few $1,000s, and even less if you're good at finding deals.
So what does a basic setup even look like for a YouTube channel?
Well, you've got your essentials. A decent camera, a good microphone, some basic lighting and video editing software. You could probably get all of that for around $1,000 or $2,000.
Okay, that's a huge difference compared to real estate. But I've also heard about these AI tools that are changing things for YouTubers. What are those all about?
AI tools are interesting because they let you automate or simplify a lot of parts of making content. Things like AI voiceovers, script writing tools, and even AI-powered video editing.
So for someone who's camera shy or doesn't like their voice, could these AI tools let them make videos without even being on camera?
Exactly. You could create a channel where you never show your face and the focus is all on the content itself. These AI tools aren't even that expensive, usually less than $50 a month.
That's pretty amazing. So we might be talking about starting a YouTube channel for 100 times less than real estate. That's pretty incredible, just the fact that it's so accessible. Okay, so you've got your initial investment figured out, whether it's a down payment on a house or your YouTube setup. What about the actual process of building up your investment?
That's where things get really interesting because the timelines and the work involved are so different. For flipping a house, you're working with contractors, permits, maybe months of construction. It's very hands-on physical work.
And like we talked about, those renovations can take way longer than expected and cost a lot more than you planned. It seems like there's a big chance that things could go wrong.
Yeah, there are a lot of moving pieces, unexpected repairs, materials being delayed. Even bad weather can mess up your timeline and budget.
Now with the YouTube, it's a different kind of building, right? Your materials are your videos and your tools are your creativity knowledge and how well you connect with viewers.
Yeah, you're creating content editing,
Yeah.
optimizing it for search, and growing your audience over time. It's still a lot of work, but it's a different kind of work than actually building or fixing a house.
And how long does it usually take to build a successful YouTube channel? Is it faster or slower than flipping a house?
It really varies, but the research suggests it often takes at least 6 to 12 months to start seeing good results with a YouTube channel. It's all about being consistent, creating content people want, and engaging with your audience. You're not going to get rich quick, but it's an investment that pays off over the long term.
So with both, you're playing the long game, but the skills and the type of work are totally different. So let's say you've put in the time and effort, whether it's renovating or making videos. Now it's time for the payoff. How do these two compare when it comes to actually making money?
Well, with a rental property, it's pretty simple. Your income is the rent you collect every month.
Right, and I'm guessing the amount you can charge depends on where the property is, how big it is, and what the rental market's like in that area.
Exactly. You got it. The research we looked at shows that on average, you can expect returns of around 6% to 10% each year once you take out all the expenses like your mortgage, property taxes, insurance, maintenance, and anytime the place is empty.
Okay, so say you have a property that rents for $2,000 a month. After all those expenses, you may be making $1,200 to $1,600 a month. Not bad, but it's limited by that one property.
Exactly. And it's not totally passive income either. You still have to manage the property deal with tenants, handle repairs, and keep an eye on the market to make sure you're charging a fair rent.
Now let's jump over to YouTube. How does a YouTube channel actually make money? It doesn't seem as simple as just collecting rent.
Well, it can be a little complex, but that's also what makes it exciting. YouTube has all sorts of ways to make money, and as your channel grows, you can diversify your income even more.
Okay, so what are we talking about here? I know there's ad revenue, but there has to be more to it than just that.
Ad revenue is definitely important, especially as you get more views, but it's just the beginning. You can also make money from sponsorships, affiliate marketing, selling merch, or digital products even, offering online courses or coaching.
Wow, that's a lot of options. It sounds like you can really create a whole business around a successful YouTube channel.
And that's what's so cool about it. Every video you make can become an asset that earns passive income, bringing in money long after you've published it.
So it's like owning a bunch of rental properties that are working for you all the time, except they're digital and they can reach people anywhere in the world.
Exactly. And the research we saw had some really interesting examples of how a single popular video can bring in hundreds or even thousands of dollars every month.
All right, tell me more. Give me an example of how that could work.
Let's say you make a tutorial video about a popular software program. You include affiliate links in the video description, and every time someone buys the software through your link, you get a commission. It could be $50, $100, even $200 per sale, depending on the affiliate program.
That's pretty amazing. And if your video gets tons of views, even if just a small percentage of people buy something through your link, that could add up to a lot of passive income.
Exactly. And then there are sponsorships where companies pay you to feature their product or service in your videos. Merchandise like t-shirts with your logo or mugs that your fans buy, and digital products like ebooks or courses where you can teach people what you know.
It really is a buffet of income options, like we said earlier. So we've got a pretty good idea of how both real estate and YouTube can bring in money.
Now let's talk about something that's always on investors' minds, scalability. How easy is it to grow your investment and make more money? That's where these two models really go in different directions. With real estate, you're usually growing in a straight line. You buy one property, then another and another. It takes more money to buy each one and more work to manage them.
So it's like climbing a ladder. You're moving up, but one step at a time.
Right. But with YouTube, your potential for growth is exponential. Every new video, every new subscriber, every new platform you're on, all of those things can help you reach more people faster and make more money.
So instead of a ladder, it's like a snowball rolling downhill. It gets bigger and bigger as it goes.
I like that analogy. And it's not just about making more content. AI can help you grow your channel faster and do more than you could by just hiring more people or spending more money.
Okay. I'm really interested in how that works. How can AI help you grow a YouTube channel more than just throwing money at it?
Well, think about it. What if you can make several high-quality videos every week instead of just one or two AI voiceovers, can give you natural-sounding narration in different styles and accents, so you don't have to hire a voice actor or spend hours recording yourself.
That's pretty cool. So you could have videos in different languages reaching a global audience.
Exactly. And AI scriptwriting tools can give you ideas, help you structure your content, and even write entire scripts based on popular keywords and topics.
So it's like having a whole team of virtual assistants working for you, finding content ideas, polishing your scripts, and even editing your videos. And that frees up your time to think about the big picture things like overall strategy, keeping your audience engaged, and coming up with new creative ideas.
Right. And AI can also help with video editing too. There are tools that can automate stuff like cutting clips, adding music transitions, even creating visuals and syncing everything up with your script. It's amazing how much time and effort you can save.
So it sounds like AI can really help someone with a small budget and not a lot of technical skills compete with bigger channels?
Definitely. It's like having a whole production team working for you virtually.
Okay, so we've talked about the initial investment, the building process, how you make money, and how scalable each one is. But there's one more thing I want to look at: flexibility. How do these investments compare when it comes to changing with the times and going after new opportunities?
That's a great point, because being flexible is more and more important these days with how fast everything changes.
With real estate, you're kind of stuck with that property in that local market. You're at the mercy of things like interest rates, zoning laws, and even what your tenants decide to do.
Exactly. And if the economy in that area goes down, or people aren't renting as much anymore, your investment could take a hit.
And you're literally tied to that location.
Yeah.
You can't just pick up your house and move it to a different city or country if things change.
Right. Now with YouTube, your property is all digital. People can access your content anywhere in the world, and you can change your strategy and your content to reach different audiences and keep up with trends.
So if you see that a certain topic is getting really popular, or if your viewers are asking for certain types of videos, you can switch up your content pretty easily.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can experiment with different formats, collaborations, different ways to get your content out there to reach more people and keep things interesting.
You're not limited by a physical space or location. You can create, manage, and grow your channel from anywhere as long as you've got internet access.
That freedom and flexibility is a big advantage, especially nowadays when things change so quickly.
All right, so we've talked a lot about these two investment approaches, but I want to bring it back to our listener who's trying to figure out which one might be right for them.
Yeah, it's a big decision, and it really comes down to what their goals are, how much risk they're comfortable with, what skills they have, what they're passionate about.
So let's start with someone who's interested in passive income. Both real estate and YouTube can offer that, but in different ways.
With real estate, you've got that steady rent coming in every month, but it's tied to that one property and that one market.
And with YouTube, you can build a collection of digital assets that each have the potential to bring in passive income through ads, affiliates, sponsorships, and even your own products.
And as your channel grows and you explore new ways to make money, that income can keep growing and become more diverse.
Okay, so what about someone who's more focused on fast growth and scalability?
In that case, YouTube probably has the advantage because it can grow so quickly, and because you can use AI to speed up content creation, you can potentially scale up much faster than you could with real estate.
But that growth also depends on how good you are at creating content that people like, building a loyal audience, and adapting to the changes that are always happening on YouTube.
It's true. There are no guarantees, but the potential is definitely there.
Now we can't forget about people who love the idea of owning actual property and being part of their local community.
Yeah, real estate gives you that sense of security and ownership that you might not get with digital stuff.
And for someone who likes to work with their hands or is good at renovations or knows a lot of people in the real estate world, flipping houses or building a rental portfolio can be a really rewarding path.
It's all about knowing what you're good at and what you're comfortable with.
So it seems like both real estate and YouTube have their pros and cons. There's no one right answer. It's about finding what fits your goals and your personality.
Absolutely. It's a personal choice. And hopefully this deep dive has given you some good info to help you make a smart decision.
And remember, even if you pick one path, you can always bring in elements of the other. Having a mix of investments is always a good strategy.
That's a great point. You could use the money you make from YouTube to buy real estate, or you could share your knowledge about real estate by making videos for your YouTube channel.
It's about being creative and finding ways to use your skills and resources to your advantage.
Exactly. The important thing is to do your research, learn as much as you can, and be open to trying new things.
The world of alternative investments is always changing, and the people who are willing to learn, adapt, and take advantage of new opportunities are the ones who will succeed.
So keep learning, keep trying new things, and most importantly, never lose that entrepreneurial spirit.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into real estate versus YouTube. We'll see you next time for another exploration of the ideas and trends shaping the future.